Welcome to the Wednesday Cardone University and Cardone On Demand Mastermind call. My name is Steve Spray. How's everybody doing today? This is a Wednesday. We're getting ready for a big event coming up. Today, I want to talk to you guys about objections, okay? Because that's the only thing we're talking about. If you're in sales, if you're in business, dude, you're getting objections every single day. So what we do here is we handle all the different problems that you're having. So look, if you guys have questions today, I want you to give me a call. And I want you to call into 305-865-8668. My name's Steve. I'm going to answer any type of questions you have. If you got objections, you want me to take a look at them. If you want me to tell you exactly how to master that material through Cardone University, that's what we're here for. That's what the Cardone Mastermind call is about. So, guys, I wanted to start this off with what's happening right now. We are handling every single objection that happens in business today, whether you're doing B2B, B2C, whether you're in retail, whatever you're doing in your business today. If you're getting objections, Grant Cardone is going to handle it in his brand new program. It's masteringobjections.com. Okay, so what you're already going to get is you're going to get a 200 plus page rebuttal book, which I've seen. This thing's unbelievable. It's all been brand new material. These are all the objections we get flooded in with all the time from all of our clients. So he created that brand new piece. What we've also got is a 50 plus page ebook. And the reason it's 50 plus is because he keeps adding to it. This is new stuff, guys. So go to masteringobjections.com. That way you can get plugged in. The event's going to be this Saturday. So I'm telling you what you get with the offer right now. You're getting the 200 plus page rebuttal book. You're getting the 50 plus page ebook. You're also going to get 15 videos on handling specific objections. So if you guys are already on Cardone University, look, man, you guys are ahead of the game. Everybody's asking, look, if I'm on Cardone U, do I still need to do it? Dude, the answer is absolutely, right? This is going to be something because, see, you're already in this next level of understanding about closing, handling objections. This is going to be the thing that's going to push you over. So finally on Saturday, this Saturday, we're running the live webcast event. So you guys are going to be able to log in. You guys are going to be able to watch Grant Cardone spit over 2 hours worth of content just on mastering objections. So guys, masteringobjections.com. That's what's happening right now. But for today, this is the Cardone University Mastermind. We're going to handle objections that you have. So if you guys want to call in, 305-865-8668. My name's Steve. You guys give me a call. I'm going to handle any type of objections you have. So first things first, man, I want to go back over and just do some housekeeping with Cardone University. So one thing that we always get and that we're always hearing is, hey, what type of commitment to the Cardone University or the Cardone On Demand program do I need to have to actually see a change in what I do every single day? And so that's a great question. Some people don't know. Look, hey, how often should I go to the gym? How often should I eat right? Okay, the answer is if you do it every single day, you're going to have a much better chance, a much better opportunity at reaching the goals that you want. So what Grant did was he allowed you to be able to have this program on your phone. That way you can pull it up. This is what I do every morning. I'm on my phone, okay? I got it. I'm listening to it. I'm watching. I'm actually engaged in the material in 6 training segments every single day. That is the number. Okay. Why 6 segments every single day? 6 segments because, look, it's a long enough period for you to be able to change the way you operate, to really build in and actually work that skill. Okay, so if you guys want to call in, we're going to handle any type of questions you have about the program. The number is 305-865-8668. We're going to talk about Cardone On Demand and Cardone University today. Rob, what's happened for you ever since you got hooked up? Because I know, man, you came in and you weren't traditionally in a sales position, but you came in and then all of a sudden you've seen some opportunity to do sales. What happened for you since being on Cardone U?
Well, I mean, I would say 5x my income.
Okay.
6 figures now.
Love that.
Pretty strong,
Dude, love that.
I actually feel confident enough to handle objections, go in and actually pick up the phone and dial. Like, I didn't know how to do it before.
Yeah.
So, and I was afraid of the phone because I watch you guys do it all the time. I'm like, oh man, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then I just picked it up, trained every day. Spend a lot of time in closing strategies.
Yeah.
Because I knew how to sell. Like, I could talk.
Totally.
It's just the close was the problem for me. So
exactly.
This webinar is going to be great this weekend to handle that.
Yeah, man, this webinar is going to be awesome. So, man, I was listening to old calls that I was doing from back in the day and just going back and actually looking at, what type of progress I've had. And I've been doing 6 segments every single day. I do them every single day. And the reason why I do that is because Grant said, hey, look, you do 6 segments every single day. You do this long enough, you're going to really work in and build a muscle. And Rob, you see it. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm working high-level deals. We're pitching 6-figure deals. I mean, a couple years ago, man, it was tough for me to even get on the phone. So, look, if you're having that same thing in your own business right now, what I'm telling you is that, look, you need to be able to maximize your time every single day. You need to find a slot. So what I look for is I go down to this part of the program here. Rob, I want you to see my computer. So I'm inside Cardone University right now. And so if you guys have questions about this, and just because I received 3 different messages about this last week, people were asking, hey, how do I do this? How do I maximize my time? So there's 2 different spots, and I want you to take notes. So everybody always talks about, hey, make the most out of your time. Time is money. Dude, all that is true, but nobody ever lays out the roadmap. Well, Grant did. So if you go inside Selling Basics, right inside Selling Basics, there's an entire program right here that's just about time. You've got to be able to understand time before you can use it, control it, and be able to maximize your usage with it every single day. So in Selling Basics, one of the first things that we're going to talk to you about is, hey, look, man, hey, what do you need to know about time in order to get the most out of your day? Okay, Rob, how many hours do you have in your day?
I don't even think about it. I just go.
Yeah, exactly. You go, man. And dude, everybody's got the same 24 hours, man. But it seems like a lot of people aren't getting what they want out of their day. That program right there is going to show you exactly what to do. The second spot's going to be right here under 100 ways to stay motivated. So, as a sales guy, look, man, I'm getting my teeth kicked in every single day. I got to be excited. I got to know, look, why am I showing up every single day? Pitching products, being able to provide for myself, reach my goals, my dreams. Look, time management right here. So when you go inside time management, guys, there's 12 different courses just inside here. I want you guys to download the curriculum. Okay. I want you guys to get engaged with this material. This is about, look, how do you stay motivated every single day? You're going to be motivated if you make the most out of your time. You're going to be more motivated if you're actually maximizing your time. Grant Cardone, he's got the same 24 hours I do. Why is this guy pumping out all different types of things? Guys running 5 businesses. How's he able to do that? Look, man, he's controlling his time. We're going to take a call from Dwight in California. Dwight, how's it going today, sir?
Good. How are you, Steve?
Dude, I'm doing unbelievable, man. I appreciate you calling in. Will you tell everybody just a quick piece about yourself and who you are and how we can help you out?
Well, Steve, I help clients create and preserve wealth through the use of life insurance policies here at AAA.
Okay.
And one of my coworkers here, I'm kind of involved in training them to kind of solicit leads for life insurance.
Okay.
And she came up with one that I really couldn't answer. I was hoping to, because this is an objection thing, to help you with that. So, like, whenever you guys call out, you guys have, I'm already doing training, right? Like, I'm already doing sales training.
Absolutely.
Why should I talk to you? So that's kind of similar to mine, where, we're already covered with life insurance. We don't need it, kind of stuff like that. So I was hoping you could kind of answer that in general.
Absolutely, man. Dwight, hey, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for calling in. Guys, look, these are the types of things. So these are the types of things that Grant's going to be covering this weekend. So, Dwight, I'll tell you that there is definitely word tracks that you're going to need to know. You need to have the right words to be able to use to help maybe set that hook for somebody. Like, why would I want to take a look at something that I'm already doing? Dude, you got to have the right words to say. But before that, there's got to be an understanding of, dude, what's actually happening when somebody objects to that. Right? Because if the deal was better, if the opportunity was better, they would absolutely do it. And so why aren't they giving you the opportunity? Why wouldn't they take a look? If they could better their situation. They got Dwight who's calling him saying, hey, look, man, I got a better deal on something you're already doing. I want to show it to you real quick. And so there's a lot of things that you need to understand. So what I want to tell you is that this Saturday when Grant is going to be handling all of the objections you're going to get with today's customer, today's buyer, look, these are the types of things he's going to cover. So masteringobjections.com. But yeah, so Dwight, to answer your question, so when you look at this, because I want to show you a couple different things in the program. Have you been inside Mastering the Cold Call?
Oh, wait.
Did we lose Dwight? Dwight, you still on there? So Dwight, look, so I'm going to give you a roadmap basically to be able to get in and go down Mastering the Cold Call. And when you get inside that program, Rob, if you want to go ahead and show my computer here. So this is a great example for Dwight to call in. And guys, if you want to call in, you want me to handle any type of questions that you have, just like what's happening right now with Dwight, 305-865-8668 is the number. I'm going to handle it for you. So when you get inside Mastering the Cold Call, look, there are things that you're going to need to go through, and then there are things that you're going to absolutely need to repeat. Okay, what happens is that you're going to hear this information right away. You're going to hear it up front. You're going to hear it. Hey, look, what happens in the cold call objections? You guys get objections in cold calls. You reach out to somebody tells you, no, I'm already doing business with somebody else. Look, you're going to need to get the right words. You're going to need to get the right information. You're going to need to know, hey, look, what's somebody really thinking when they say that? Why would they say that? Right? So if I can understand what's happening on their side, if I can take responsibility for that on my end as a salesperson, right? When Grant finally taught me this inside Cardone University, I'm going through this type of training and I'm sitting here watching it and I'm like, dude, this is exactly what I needed to know, because I could never understand it when I was making the call. So when you're inside the university, cold call objections, there's actually a category right down here that number 10, it says we're already working with another company. So when you go inside here, look, you got to take full responsibility for that. When Grant talks about, hey, look, you want to be able to handle that, you want to take responsibility for that, sir, look, absolutely with you. Totally take full, complete responsibility for you doing business with somebody else. Look, my job today is not to sell you something different. I'm giving you the information about why it would make sense to take a quick 5-minute phone call with me. Okay, what we're doing would be a benefit to you and what you're doing now that's above what you currently have. Not trying to sell you anything. Want to see if I can get 5 minutes of your time to show you exactly why I've got 200 clients right now who just switched over with my company. Do you have a couple minutes right now? Hey, look, if I gave you a call back, would you take time to look at something that would be a better fit than what you currently have right now? Right? So these are some things that you're going to need to learn inside the program. You got to get it down. But what happens is that you've got to come back to the program. You got to do it before, you got to do it after, and then you got to repeat it. Okay, Rob, you can't do something one time and then be able to expect yourself to be great at it.
No, sir.
Right?
Can't.
You got to keep pounding it in and in. Look at anybody who's done anything good in their life. Anybody who's good at sales. Anybody who's good at basketball. My man Joe's in here with us. Dude, this guy's a hooper. Dude, he's played in a lot of games, okay? He works on his shot. He's always figuring out, hey, what happens when I go this way, when I cross over that way? This is exactly what you're doing with Cardone University every single day. This is what a sales professional does. They look at objections. They figure out, hey, what is happening? Why is the customer telling me that? I said, hey, man, dude, I got something that's better for you. Why is he telling me that he's not interested in what's happening? So if you guys have that situation, call me right now. We're going to handle that. We're going to talk about how to fix it in Cardone University for you. That way you feel comfortable about it, man. If you felt confident about everything you did, Rob, if you were always getting an objection, right? Somebody says, hey, we're already doing advertising. And when you gave them a call, you were confident in the fact that you could flip them with what you had, even though it was different, man. How many more calls would you make?
I mean, about 6,000 more.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you would always make it, dude. If you knew that you were going to show up and you were going to win, or you had an excellent shot at winning, dude, you'd show up more. You'd show up more often. That's what Cardone University is about. So, guys, Dwight, thank you for calling in. Guys, if you want to call in right now, call in at 305-865-8668. I'm going to handle any type of question that you have in Cardone University or Cardone On Demand. Man, we got so many people that are winning with this program right now. It's unbelievable. You want to know why? Because they got committed, man. I've seen such a great level of commitment of people saying, hey, look, dude, I'm sick of being broke. I'm sick of not making any money anymore, man. I got to be able to get my skills increased. And so that's what's happening when people are getting inside here, handling all the different types of problems that they have throughout the day and giving themselves an ongoing sales development. So if you guys want to call in, questions, 305-865-8668. This is your weekly Cardone Mastermind call. Rob, what's happening for you guys, man? If there was something that I could cover for you inside this program, what do you see every single day in your business? You sell advertising.
As far as like advertising and marketing is concerned, what I run into a lot is we're going to wait like 30 to 60 days. We're probably like 30 days out. We're probably like 60 days out.
Yeah.
We need to really, consort with that. That's one. And then the other one is, I need to go back to my partner and we need to really hammer this out and take a look at it. That's pretty frequent.
Yeah.
That's what I run into a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Dude, there's a lot of different things inside the sales process that, I remember back when, when I was pitching these deals to different companies, and sometimes they give us a shot. And so at that point I'm saying, okay, good. I'm all excited about showing somebody something. But the problem was that you run into a situation where if it's maybe in a B2B situation, there's a couple more decision makers than, typically there would be if you're just selling to one consumer. So there might be multiple different decision makers. What Grant teaches you inside the program, inside sales process right here, is how to extract this data from the beginning. So I'm going to click inside sales process. And these are the types of things, guys, that you want to be looking at all the time. Like, what challenges are you having in your business? Right? Like, where can you really confront what problems that you're actually having? So, if you run into the situation where, you don't know if you're setting the deal up the right way to be able to present to the group of decision makers, what happens is that, look, man, there's something that you're missing inside this whole fact-finding piece, because you could just ask, hey, are you the guy who's going to make the decision? But there's ways to really vet that out and figure out exactly what to do. So, also, when you get inside the program, you need to dig into your sales process. Okay, you might be getting objections that you're not even thinking with. You might be getting objections to your product, to your service that are actually never being heard. So you need to be able to initiate those objections. So this weekend, what Grant's going to be teaching you and what you're going to find in that ebook that Grant has right now at masteringobjections.com, you're going to find out, look, hey, how to abstract the objections from them. That way, dude, I can handle them up front. Okay, this is what Grant talks about. He's like, look, man, you need to make them tell you what they would object to before they object to it, but they don't tell you, and then they don't buy your product or your services. And so what we do is inside Cardone University, it just digs in deeper. It gets extremely granular with the content of like, hey, look, in every single situation, here's exactly what you need to do. Here's the words you need to look at. So what happens is that you need to be figuring out, where is my process breaking down in my deal, right? So this is what Cardone University is for when you come back. You want to be able to go through the full curriculum. You want to go through that training, but you want to come back to the program for correction. So you could also do this with objections. There's a lot of ways to handle different objections inside the program that are typically heard, that you hear up front, that people will actually tell you. So you're going to find those inside Quick Fix Solutions. Those are going to be up here at the top. There's going to be a handling objections tool. Okay. Now, look, Grant's already created several different scenarios in which you're going to hear objections inside your sales process all the way throughout the deal. I want you guys to call in right now. I want you to call up 305-865-8668. I'm going to handle any type of problem that you have. And then what happens is that, look, we're going to show you what to do at Cardone University. What I'm excited about is that this weekend, Grant has actually spent the last couple weeks building out this massive rebuttal book. Okay, what he did was he came to us and he said, I need all the objections our clients are hearing. So we got with them. We started figuring out, hey, what is happening today? Not what's happening 10 years ago. This is all brand new content that Grant's going to be showing at masteringobjections.com. You get the 200-page rebuttal book. You're going to get a 50-plus page ebook. He's still writing on it right now. He's still creating new content for it, and he will. This is the way he does this all the way up until the event. And so Saturday, live webcast, masteringobjections.com. Grant's going to do a 2-hour webcast on just handling objections. Okay, if you guys know anything about Grant doing these, man, he's probably going to do it a little bit longer, just saying. Okay, so we got another caller. We got somebody calling in. I think they want to drop some objections. I'm going to go ahead and get that handled for him. Who was that? We got Andrew. He's calling in from Virginia. Andrew from Virginia. How you doing today, sir?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, it's going really good, man. I appreciate you giving a call in. What type of business are you in?
IT consulting. I actually called last week. I don't know if you remember me.
Oh, yeah. But, always remember.
Yeah, so you kind of gave me some advice about, when they said I guess the RDR or the objection.
Yes.
Is, we don't need that, thank you. And they just kind of hang up, getting past the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So essentially what I did, I took your advice, right? And specifically today, it wasn't the same Gatekeeper. It was another company, but what they ended up doing was just hanging up, right? right? So
Okay.
I was like, okay, all right. I was like, okay, I remember what Steve said. Steve was like, okay, just say, hey, what's the best way to get information out to you? So I called back right away, because, once I got into my pitch, hey, this is Andrew, calling from Advanced VCs. We provide IT support, et cetera, et cetera. We don't have computers. We don't need that. And I was like, okay, let me just, sell or be sold kind of a situation.
Yeah.
Let me still go for it. And she just hung up. And I called back right away. And I, tried that of, hey.
Yeah, what'd you say when you called her back?
I was like, hey, this is Andrew calling you back from Advanced VCs. Hey, listen, I just wanted to know what's the best way to get information out to you. And she just hung up. I was like, ah. So I wrote it down. I was like, okay, that's an RDR right there. That's like really,
Yeah. Well, dude, look, you got to get into communication with her.
Yeah, I know, but it's hard when they just.
I know it's hard,
right?
dude. If it was easy, man. If it was easy, dude, you just call them up and they'd be like, Andrew, take my money.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So look, man, it is easy. Actually, it is easy. So you just got to change your approach a little bit. So you need to look at A cubed. Every time that you don't get what you want, every single time you don't get what you want, I want you to think with this: is it the attitude, is it the action, or is it the approach, or could it even be all three? So you need to have an awesome attitude about the cold calling, right? So you want to be able to call up, you want to be able to get into communication with her. That's what understanding the Cardone University is about. Because what happens when you call up and you talk to the gatekeeper, dude, you need to get into communication with her. Just asking where you can send information, she's probably going to send you somewhere that she sends people who call up to ask, where can we send information to? Which is probably going to be a Hotmail email. Right. Or somewhere that, that people don't really use, or it's going to be like a junk deal, or it's going to be like, hey, yeah, you can mail it to the office because they know most people don't use mail anymore. So what you need to do is you need to call her up. You need to tell her, you need to say, hey, Amanda, this is Andrew from Virginia. Look, you don't know me. Okay, this is actually a bit of a cold call, right? Don't be a fire hydrant when you call somebody up, man. Get into communication. Hey, look, I know your job is to make sure that you block people who are trying to sell things to John. I want to assure you that that's not what's happening today. What I'm doing today is looking to get a couple minutes with John to send him something to see if it makes sense for a conversation in the future. Now, I know that a company like yours, everything goes through you. So if I could send you something that was going to work today that would change your mind about whether you should take my next call or not, what would it be? Okay? She's probably not even going to know what to do or say. Okay,
I didn't even know what to do now.
Exactly. Well, I mean, dude, you're at least like halfway interested a little bit, right? You got to be interested a little bit. Okay, you got to be interested in, hey, you got to let her know. You got to be upfront. You got to tell her, hey, Andrew, this is Steve at Grant Cardone's office. I know that you weren't expecting my call today, and I'm not looking to waste any of your time, but what I am looking to do is get a couple minutes with you based off the research that I've done about your company. I felt it'd be a smart idea to reach out to you and get you set up with some information to see if it makes sense to have a conversation in the future. Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever looked at third-party sales training for your company before? Okay, the answer is typically no. We always do it in-house, okay? Guess what I always say? Oh, that's perfect, okay? I've got a solution that I want to send over to you. Let me ask you, if you guys ever were going to do something like this in the future, what problem could we solve for you? What's that one thing that we could actually solve for you that you would open up an email and maybe take a look at it? Okay, you have got to get into communication with that gatekeeper. You've got to flow her some power. You've got to let her know that, like, dude, you're a real person in that company, and I need to make sure you can feel it. Okay, because if you call up, you hit her like a fire hydrant, dude, you're just going to blast her out, dude. And she's like checking out, and then she's going to hang up on you.
That was awesome, but I probably need to rewatch that video to see.
Rewatch it, man. Put it on replay. Put it on replay. Call me back next week. Call me back next week. Tell me how it works.
I will. I appreciate that.
All right, man. Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the call. Guys, if you want to call in, look, here's what we're doing every single Wednesday. We come to you. If you're on Cardone University, what we do, we handle any type of problems that you have, any type of objections, we get those handled right here in our studios in Miami. But you got to call. It's 305-865-8668. Or what you guys could do is you guys could drop in. Okay. Thought we had a caller on there. Guys, it looks like we got a couple people writing in. I got Ryan Madison. Just getting into life insurance, looking for a pitch. I'm doing Veterans Cardone U in cold call programs. Read all the books, ordered the new one. Can you show me how you would pitch and close someone for a retirement plan with universal life insurance? Ryan, give me a call right now, man. I want to find out a little bit more about your universal life insurance deal. Okay, what your pitch looks like now, and I'm going to show you how to use Cardone University. So that's an awesome question. Ryan, thank you for writing that in here. What I'm going to show you is that there's going to be a piece inside Cardone University right here. Rob, if you want to go ahead and show this. When you scroll down and you go to Master the Cold Call, here's what I want you to look at every single day. It sounds like you're doing cold calls, okay? The first thing that you need to understand is, hey, what are the basics of the cold call? What do I need to know about the cold call? Like my guy, Andrew, okay, he had an issue with the Gatekeeper. He needed to understand the Gatekeeper before he was ever going to get to a decision maker, okay? That's what we just handled, but there's certain things you need to see up front, but when you go down to the cold call process right here, it actually breaks down what your pitch should be like. And then if you click on video number 6, it says how to get started building your own script. Grant's going to walk you through a piece by piece how to build out any script that you would ever make to anybody that you would ever reach out to. Okay, so we got another caller. I got a guy from Canada. His name's Steven. Steven, what's happening today, sir? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
What part of Canada are you from, sir?
I'm from Ottawa, Canada.
Excellent. What problem can I solve for you today?
Well, just hope to say thank you. You sent me an email about how to find a bit more time to get on Cardone U.
Okay.
It's been really, really helpful, so I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
And so the problem that I have, I don't know if I post some ads here and there, and then people call me back.
Okay. Sounds like you're cutting up a little bit there, but repeat that question real quick, if you would, please. Did we lose him? Steven, give me a call back, brother. I want to help you out. I want to help my Canada people out. We got Jennifer on line 2. Jennifer, how you doing today?
Yes, I'm doing great. What about you?
Oh, I'm doing unbelievable. I appreciate you calling in.
Awesome. My question is about helping someone. I'm a real estate investor and I do syndications. So I raise money.
Yep.
And suddenly I'm meeting a lot of rehabbers, which they are most likely to be investing in products that they can control. So right now I'm facing the challenge on how to help them overcome that, or how I help them overcome that objection of having to control the deal in order for them to take the benefits of making money with another deal.
Right. So Jennifer, guys, just so you know, so Jennifer does real estate syndication. She basically raises money for real estate funds. Okay. Her job is to sell people on investing in that fund. And so, Jennifer, what you're saying is that the people that you're reaching out to, their typical investment is not a syndication investment. It is actually an investment that they can have a little bit more control on. And so what you're looking to do is kind of flip them into your deal. That way you can help build more money for your fund. That way you can build better, buy bigger properties. Is that what's happening?
Yes, correct. And it's still really good returns, even higher than what they have right now.
Totally.
It's just that issue that they want to have the control.
Excellent. So what I would do is I would do this. I would look at every objection that you could get. I would go through Cardone University. I would look at, hey, what are the objections in the closing strategies? I would find out, hey, what objections would somebody give me to this? Or I want you to really think about this, okay? What do they think when I say I'm Jennifer calling for an investment with a real estate syndication? I want you to think about what do they actually think, not what you think. I want you to think what's going on through their head, okay? Because you don't know what they're thinking. There's probably a number of different things. They're probably thinking like, oh, I give my money to somebody, I don't have control. Oh, I actually invest in a real estate group. I don't want to do that. I want to do my own deal. Like, you need to write out all the different things that you think that is actually going on for them in their head when you say that, because if you understand what's happening on the other side. And this goes back to understanding the buyer inside Cardone University. So Rob, if you want to show my screen really quick, I just want to show you guys like where I'm getting this data. It's not made up material. This is Cardone University, understanding the buyer. Look, this content is to help you understand what's happening with the customer. So when you actually figure out, hey, what type of objections are happening inside their head, you can extract that stuff. So I put it inside my pitch. Hey, look, I know you've probably never looked at something like this before. I'm going to show you that I can get an extra 4% on the returns above what you're currently getting right now with the control that you're looking for. I know that you think there's no control, but look, I'm going to show you exactly what we do. Gives you a better control, better return. You just need to pull out the objections up front. You need to tell them what they're thinking. And then you need to ask them the hard questions. Have you ever looked at something like this before? Would you ever consider something like that before? Or I'm sorry, would you ever consider something like that? If you were going to do a real estate syndication, because if they're investors, they know what that is. You need to ask them, hey, what would you be looking for in a deal like this? In case I have a deal that would make sense for you, I want to make sure I can send it to you. Okay? I know you're not interested in this, but I want to send you what would be interesting. This is my job. Okay, I'm going to take another caller from Ben from Oregon. Jennifer, thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't know she was still on there. We got Ben from Oregon.
This is Ryan Madison. You told me to call in from Bend, Oregon.
Oh, my man.
Thanks for taking my call.
My man, dude. I appreciate you giving a call in. Did you writing in, calling in? You must be on the follow-up tool.
Yeah, man. I was just working, and I heard you call my name. I'm like, whoa, I better give him a call.
Yeah, that's right. Got your attention, didn't I?
You did.
My man. So what's happening in your business? What problems are you having?
I'm just getting in, so I haven't had any problems yet, which is good. But I haven't got started yet either.
That's a problem. That is a problem.
That is the problem.
Okay, so how are you gonna? Let me show you how to use Cardone University to fix that. So, if you were like, what are you going to be doing? Are you going to be making cold calls, or do they have a list of warm leads that you can prospect? I'm gonna show you how to use Cardone University right now to look like a superstar in your business from the get-go. Okay, how are you going to be able to get leads, business right now?
So we got both. I'm buying leads. I'm going to be knocking doors.
Okay.
And cold calling.
Love that, dude. That's just raw. I'm doing it all. Love that. Okay, good. So I started this entire program off today with making the most out of your time. Okay, so what happens is that you need to figure out, how do I break my day up? And because you're going to be hitting 3 different types of leads right now. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to make a cold call and then make a warm call and then call somebody that you know and then do all that together. Dude, I'm going to block my day off, right? You need to learn this inside what I first said inside the beginning of this show today. I said, look, time management for you, where you're not actually managing it, you're controlling your day. That's what you need to learn up front. Okay. So then you're going to get this deal together. Number 1, prospecting. Rob, you want to show them the screen here? What's going to happen is that, look, there's a couple different things. So if the call's a little bit more warm, look, guys, I'm building a prospecting list and I need to know how to work it. So when you go inside prospecting, the first thing that it's going to teach you is, hey, look, what are the things that I need to know about prospecting before I even start this deal? What type of tips would I need? And then, hey, what do the calls even look like? And so you're going to find that inside the warm calls right here. Okay. What happens after you make those contacts is you are going to be now inside follow-up. So you're going to be inside follow-up, and what happens is that, look, you got to understand the follow-up. There's 132 courses inside follow-up. It's important that you know what to do. And then throughout the day, guys, I want you to use the follow-up tool right here. So what happens inside the follow-up tool? Grant says, hey, look, don't know how to follow up? Pick a day. So this pops up right here. Grant's going to tell you to actually pick a day. So I'm going to use this tool. This is the follow-up tool, guys. I'm going to use this all day long based off what stage the customer's in. Okay, if I talked to the guy this morning, he's in day 0 follow-up. If I talked to him yesterday, I'm going to click on day 1 follow-up, and I'm going to know exactly what to do and what to say, what to text message, what to expect, because, let's just face it, the guy on day 30 follow-up is in a little bit different position, a little bit different thought process than the guy who's in day 1 follow-up, okay? So then I want you to go inside cold calling. You got to get a pitch down. So you take those 3 courses right there, you combine those together, jam those in 6 segments every single day, get committed to learning every single day. Dude, you're going to blow it up. You're going to be a rock star for the group. I appreciate you calling in. Looks like I got Steven from Canada. He's calling back. He's got another question. Let's see if we can hear him this time. Steven, how's it going?
Hey, pretty good, you?
Oh, I'm good, man. Apologize we lost you. That was our fault.
No problem at all. So I was calling you because what I'm doing is I do deliveries and moving services.
Okay.
And a lot of the time I get some of the same objections. It's all around like prices. I get things like I have another quote for last. It's too expensive. It's only a short distance. It's not a lot of stuff. Let me call a couple people and get back to you, or I'll call you back. You know. So I was kind of wondering like what you say about that. Like I don't know. I get like
So first, there's going to be the first thing. So inside Cardone University, inside understanding the buyer. Guys, you got to understand this price deal. Okay, you got to understand the price myth. There's 6 different segments inside this program. I go through them all the time because, look, people are always telling me, hey, look, price too high. Price too high. But what does it actually mean when the price is too high? Okay. Hey, Steven, do you pay extra money for things that have better value?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. So somebody else should pay extra money for the value that you provide that's better. And so unless the value is not actually there, in this case, I believe that it is. I believe that the problem is just on the salesperson side. So guys, the salesperson is the one who needs to take responsibility every single time. Look, you need to really understand this part of the actual sale. Like what is happening, what's going on in somebody's head when they say, hey, your price is too high. There is something that they are objecting to. So this weekend in masteringobjections.com, Grant Cardone is going to be doing a live web training on how to extract this data up front, because the real objection is not the price.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be. It cannot be, because it doesn't matter, dude. If the deal is better, it's probably a higher price. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, man. So the problem is on the salesperson side that they haven't done what they need to do to really extract what the real objection is. Okay, so this is what Grant's going to cover this weekend. So inside Cardone University, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go through the entire price myth piece of the program. There's 6 segments. If you're doing 6 segments per day, you can knock that out today. You can do it today. That way you can have a better understanding, because you got to understand the price before you can start using any of the money objections inside the program. So then I want you to go to closing strategies. And once you can understand the customer, what they're saying when they're telling you that the price is too high, then you're going to be able to use some of the closing strategies inside Cardone University. They're going to make more sense to you. They're going to be a lot better received from the customer when you know exactly what's going on. Your confidence level is a little bit high. Thanks for the call, man. Elijah from New Jersey. Elijah, what's up, man? Why'd you hang up on us like that? All right, guys, look, hey, every single Wednesday we come to you live. This is the Cardone University and Cardone On Demand live mastermind call. We do this for you. We do this so that way we can come together with people who want to get better, who have invested in this multi-million-dollar program that is making people successful. They're doubling, tripling, quadrupling. I got Rob who's 5x'd his income. Dude, guys, look, people are winning on this thing. It starts with the commitment to doing 6 segments of training every single day. This weekend, I want you guys to go to, right now, I want you to actually go check this out, because they can, if they download this right now, they can get the material, the breakdowns, the books. Okay, go to masteringobjections.com. You guys are going to get a 200-page rebuttal book, dude. Load your arsenal up with 200 rebuttals and tell me you don't get everything you want in your life. I dare you. Okay, go to masteringobjections.com. You're going to get the 200-plus page rebuttal book, but you're also going to get a 50-page ebook just on, well, hey, what's happening when you need to understand objections, right? The other piece that you're going to get is 15 videos that are handling specific objections. You're going to be able to get those. That way you can see some video format and, hey, man, what's it look like when I'm actually using these types of word tracks to handle that type of communication where somebody is objecting to what I'm selling them on. Okay, it could be anything. Could be something you're doing with your spouse. Could be something you're doing with your friends, your family. Could be in your business right now. If you're not getting what you want, you're probably getting some objections you don't know how to handle. The last piece, guys, this weekend on Saturday, okay, Grant, and if you can't be there, you're going to get this thing forever. That's the best part. These things I listen to all the time because you can never listen to it one time and fully master it. You want to be able to go over it a couple different times. That's why he gives it to you forever. You're going to be able to get the Grant Cardone Mastering Objections, Tire 2 hours plus however long he goes. Dude, I've seen him do these things for a couple hours. Okay, just in here, raw, new material, things you'd never seen before. So go to masteringobjections.com. Guys, thank you for joining us every single Wednesday. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. I'm going to see you back here next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys have an unbelievable week.